Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Unusuals here. I hope you guys enjoyed my last video on things Chapter 6 needs. I know I just uploaded that and it probably hasn't gotten many views so far. But, anyways, today I want to talk about what I think will happen in the end of season event this season and next season. I want to also talk about what Chapter 6 could potentially look like. So, yeah. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. It would really help. Now, I think the entire reason to go back to Chapter 2 in the first place is to go back and save the 7. Because they all got turned into Chrome, and I think it's probably the best thing to do. I also think in the live event at the end of this season, we're going to go back to Chapter 3 and try to stop the Herald. Something bad is going to probably happen. When I say bad, I think like we're going to be fighting the Herald again. And actually like fight her because we didn't fight her back in Fracture. And she's going to like attack us or something. And whatever device or doohickey we use to go back to chapter 3, it's gonna like get damaged and it's gonna send us back to chapter 2. And I think in this live event, we're probably gonna see like chapter 4 make a small appearance for like, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds. So basically a cameo. I think in like the season in chapter 2 OG, we're gonna be changing stuff in chapter 2 to maybe stop the IO before we stop them in chapter 3, so we're going to stop them early on. And I think we're also going to bring the 7 to the island, specifically the Foundation, before chapter 2 season 6. And I think whatever happens, it's going to involve Midas's Doomsday device. There's already leaks saying that it is. And I think somehow it's going to fail again, but this time it's going to destroy the entirety of the chapter 2 map. Kind of like the Fracture event, we're going to have to do something to fix the map. Now, I also think that the chapter 2 and chapter 3 maps are going to combine. It's also speculated through the roadmap that the chapter 6 map is going to be different, like floating islands that bridges connect. I'll try to throw up images. I'm still learning how to edit. But yeah, I think that would be really cool and interesting. But I think it's definitely like chapter 6 might be a mix of chapter 2 locations and chapter 3 locations. I think that would be really cool. Plus, I think like why not give us a lot of old locations, give us some new locations too, but bring back some old locations for chapter 6. I talked about that in my last video. Now, I think the last reality is going to come back into the story because if you remember, I don't know how she would get back to the past or whatever, but in the end event for chapter 2, the Cube Queen did not die. Yeah, like she's not dead, she's still alive. You can see her being rifted away in the end event. And I think the 7 could also come back. I hope so, honestly. I do not know what will happen like in the past in chapter 2, but we will see. I think maybe like a lot of the stuff I'm talking about will happen because there's a lot of evidence and like people like Cyan, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think that's right. There's he's also like doing a lot of theories and I think he's correct. Now the question I have is if like Midas, because Midas is definitely going to be a part of next season. There's no way he's not. I would be so surprised if he wasn't. I want to know if Midas will be like chapter 2 Midas or if he will be like the Midas we saw in chapter 5 because he was different. I I guess this is the best way to say. Like or not different, but he had like a plan and his story was going somewhere. So it would surprise me if that didn't happen. Now, maybe the island will be flipping. Like maybe we'll be flipping to the chapter 3 island in chapter 2 as the device event. And maybe when like both of the maps are standing up sideways, the map will like crumble or something and the whole map will be destroyed. Who knows? I think that Dr. Sloan is gonna make a appearance. Like that has to happen. There's no way it doesn't. I also think hold on guys. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Yeah. I also think that chapter 3 Or no, wait, I'm sorry, guys. I think if uh, damn, I'm having a stutter, guys. Maybe the island will be flipping. Yeah, back to what I was saying. I think the island will be like sideways, and the map will start to crumble. Maybe, and I think we're gonna see Sloane again, and I think it's gonna be her from Chapter 2. I really do. I think it's gonna be Dr. Sloane from Chapter 2, and I think maybe we're gonna have to convert her because I think we basically wiped her out from the timeline, pretty much. So she only exists in Chapter 2. I think that's my theory, is that Chapter 4 was basically erased from the timeline. But I guess we'll see in the live event if we are traveling through time. Now, I think we're gonna convert her to the good guy side. I really do, because like I said, she was erased from the timeline. I think, and also I think we are gonna finally see Geno as a character, like not the ageless, but actual Geno from Zero War, because it also hinted that like he was alive and he didn't die in the comics, but most like comic books that are connected to video games aren't canon. Like, look at the Arkham series, for example. There's a lot of continuity errors, so we don't know for sure. Now, I also think that the Paradigm will return because she was the only member of the Seven that was not chromed by the Herald. So maybe we will find her and she will help us go to Chapter 2 and like build up quests. I think Amy, the AI the scientist made, will somehow be involved because she made a portal in Chapter 4 for her to go save the Seven, and it has literally been over a year since that happened. So I think she will be involved. I think it's about time she comes back and we explore that story again. I really do think going back in time has something to do with the Seven. Otherwise, I would not see any point in going back to Chapter 2. I think the next set of quests, like maybe a portal opens and Amy's robotic head is like thrown through the portal, and Jones is like, "Oh my god, yeah, we need to go. We need to prevent this from happening." So we make a time machine, somehow go back, Chapter 3, try to stop the Herald. Boom, we get hit back to Chapter 2 because something goes wrong, and the maps combine in the next live event. Now, I know that like people think it's gonna be a bunch of unique locations, but I honestly don't. I really do think it's gonna be two maps combined. And in fact, there is already a map that has the Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 map combined. I'll throw it up on the screen if I can. And yeah, tell me what you guys think about that. But yeah, this was my theory about the storyline and what could possibly happen in the next two live events and how we're going to go into Chapter 2 and Chapter 6. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed really making it. I've really been wanting to talk about this, and I'm glad I can. I also want to mention that I will be streaming the event when that happens. I think it's going to happen November 1st. I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube or Twitch. I'm going to try both. I'm going to leave my Twitch in the description. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this, leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe. It would help a lot. And yeah, this is my theory. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.